If a husband tells a wife, or if a man tells a woman that if she gets big, then he's going to get a divorce from her, what do y'all think about that?
If he tells her that pre getting
Yeah,
married,
well, she's not big or she's not changed, right? But if she gets like
okay,
this,
well,
then he's going to get a divorce. Do y'all think that that's right or not?
That's fine.
no, no,
That's fine.
that's fine.
Some people put in their prenup.
I think that's good.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's
That's
good.
fine.
Don't gain over a certain amount of pounds.
hmm It's crazy, but it's fine.
No,
Most
Well,
women
I
don't
think
look
I'm
at
that's
not
most
reasonable
feeling
because
it.
some
most
people
most
will
women.
let
Hold on, let me
themselves
well let me
go.
ask this. Let me ask
I'm
That's
this.
not feeling it.
reasonable.
Do is there a time frame like when they can get themselves back to normal? Or is it just like, hey, you didn't gain 50 pounds? It don't seem
There's
like
no
it's
get
going
back to
anywhere.
normal because
I'm out.
you had to go to 40 before you got to 50, nigga.
Keep
But
it in check.
what I'm saying is there a time frame to get this shit off, or is it just like, oh no, you didn't gain 50, I'm out?
No,
Like,
nigga, you
because if
you
that's
Don't
can't
put
how
say
it
it on
gain
to
goes,
50
begin
yet,
with.
nigga.
that ain't right. That ain't right.
I think
What?
it's only a waiver when you're like something like with women when you're like pregnant, like you have to gain weight. Like it is what it is. Right? You don't have to gain, 1,001 pounds, but you have to at least gain about 30 pounds.
Women be going through all kind of shit though. They be having perimenopause. They be having it's a lot of stuff that women be going. They be getting shit removed.
Maybe things
Um,
you're
Yeah, it's true.
supposed to always make sure you maintenance your body before all of those things
I
happen.
feel you. I feel you. But y'all, I think that people are forgetting that life events happen. People die in people's lives. They go through a depression. That, in my opinion, that's not the time that you abandon somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the time I think that you hold them down more. And so, I believe in holding people down at their lowest because that's where the true loyalty comes in. I think it's easy to hold somebody down when everything is just going right. You know what I'm saying? But when stuff start going wrong, that's the time that you kind of buckle in and you kind of dial in with them because I think you got to start understanding it. Sometimes you just kind of let people go through it because again, they could be going through a depression because of a life event. I've seen women gain weight because they lost a baby. I've seen, you know what I'm saying, all kind of shit. Literally, I've
Hmm.
seen all kind of stuff. So I think it's circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? I think it really is circumstantial. I think that there are women that just don't give a fuck. And so they just being evil. And I think in that situation, that might be a little different. But um, nah, I'm not gonna abandon you when you're going through some shit. I'm not
You may
gonna.
not abandon, but are you still going to be attracted to them? Because that's going to also affect their psyche too. So maybe you don't say, "Oh, well, I'm not going to abandon you because you're going through this and that," but you're still not attracted to a big girl, right? Let's just say you're not attracted to that. So then what?
I think that attraction for some people goes beyond looks. Honestly, I think that there are times that there are girls that got personalities that you just be like, damn, I'm kind of feeling you. I don't even think it's always about attraction. Sometimes, especially when you're in a relationship, you may go through a dry spell where you're not even feeling the person and they didn't even do nothing wrong, per se. You might just be going through some shit and it ain't even about attraction. So I just think that people go through ups and downs, man. I think that life is literally a roller coaster, but that's not the time that you abandon a person. That's the time that you hold them down. There's very few things that I believe in getting divorced about, especially if y'all got kids. Like, again, if somebody can go through something, that's supposed to kind of be your person, right? That's the person that when you going through shit, that's the person you lean on. If you can't lean on the person that you lay next to every day, then who the fuck can you
Lean
lean on?
on me.
Honestly, like that's the shit. No, I got you. Listen, the world gonna turn against you. Everybody got some shit to say negative about you. Right or wrong, we ride or die.
I
But
I
we
mean
know.
it sounds nice, but I have a friend that happened to, and it's going on 5 years. 5 years.
What's going on?
That's
5 years.
different. That's
What's going
different.
on?
No, it was the whole depression thing. It was that, I postpartum. I feel like it's going on 5 years. Nothing.
Well, I'll tell you this. Let me tell you why I say what I say. I went broke, and um, my thing to her was, "Yo, we gonna come out of this shit, but I need you to hold me down." And so I would think I would be hypocritical. I can't take that stance. I understand if everybody else take a different stance, but I can't take that stance. So because for me, if that was the case, then she should have dipped. She should have got the fuck out of there and was like, you know what? Nah, fuck that. I ain't signed up for this shit. I wasn't expecting for this.
But we're not making it personal. Remember, we
Okay.
just talking about in
All
general.
right. Well, we cannot make it personal. You're right. I agree with you. My position is still the same though. My position is when people go through stuff, if it ain't on no infidelity, and even if even that's not a deal breaker, right? Sometimes, depending on the circumstance. Well, it ain't for if a guy cheat. That's a different conversation. Um, but if it's like in most
Facts.
situations, I just think that life be lifing. I don't think that you could be married to a person for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years and you don't expect for some shit to happen. Where you just in crash out mode or you just in depression mode or you just in whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that life be happening and it's not always gonna be peaches and cream.
Well, the only reason why I brought that up is because it's a nuance, right? I get what you're saying, but then how long does that last? That's what I mean. Like, are you able just to keep saying, "Well, I'm gonna just ride that out. I'm gonna ride that out," and that's on both sides, right? Um, how long does that last? And that's why I brought up my friend with the 5 years, just to make an
I don't know.
example.
I don't know. As long as it gotta last.
So if she's depressed or whatever she wants to call it for 10 years, that's fine. I'm just asking.
It's not fine, but I have a bigger threshold. Nah, fuck it. Let's just ride. Skip it.
Check your text messages.
Because I feel like most men will stay, but they're gonna be somewhere else. They're not gonna leave their main girl. They're not gonna leave their wife, but they're gonna be somewhere else.
Um,
And that's why I'm
um,
like, unless it's like a real medical situation where you can't do nothing, you can't do anything about it. mm, how long does that last? How long is it allowed, or whatever the verbiage you want to use?
I don't know. Maybe till we die. I don't know.
This is where I think that it becomes difficult to really get through all of what being with somebody for your entire life will bring without having a spiritual grounding, without having a base, because then you're left to making so many decisions based off of self. And the reality is that nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect, and a lot of the stuff that you encounter, you can't necessarily foresee it. And everybody handles things differently. And if you have a spirit, if you, to me, in my opinion, if you come from a place of understanding that you get grace you don't even deserve in your walk, in your life, who am I to put this limitation, this time stamp on somebody else when I'm afforded this grace that I don't deserve? But it's hard to really have that perspective if you're not grounded in anything. Then you will be saying, what's wrong with you? You've been depressed for 5 years. Like, what's up? Get over it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So um I don't know. That's a tough one, Mika, because from a worldly perspective, I understand what you're saying. Like, hey, you've been down for a long time. I'm tired of this. But from a godly perspective, it's like, what's going on? Like, we need to delve into this in a different way. So I don't know. That's a tough one if you're not grounded.
Well, it's not even. So what I'm saying is just from, you know, the reality, right? Like you have needs, the other person, whoever it is, right? And so I'm saying, how does that factor in? Like, how does
I
that
say
factor in?
that
How do you factor
I
maybe
think
having a
my
person?
biggest thing is,
Go
and
ahead.
I could be off on this. I think that the only time that you can that you not that you can. I think that the suggested time that y'all actually break off is if y'all are breaking off amicably, like, or if y'all are in a good space. Like, you know what? We good. Everything is great, and we just don't see life the same no more. And so that's the time that we maybe need to have the conversation because we both in a good space, and this both makes sense for us. I don't think, for me, I don't think that you leave when a person is suffering. I think for me, it's more or less you stick around when you start. That's when you dig in. Like if something happened or you going through some stuff, I'm gonna be like, you know, like if the whole world turned against you, then that's when I'm gonna have your back. But if you know what I'm saying, when you actually are logical enough to actually think things through because it just makes sense or whatever, and it doesn't, and it's just not working, then I think that that's the time that you come to the conclusion, like, you know what, we kind of see, and that's when y'all still in a good space. It ain't no bitter type nothing or whatever. Not saying that that's when you have to leave, but what I am saying is, for me, everything is the reverse. It's the opposite. If you going through something, if something is going wrong or whatever, then I'm gonna dig in with you. I got your back. At that point, it ain't about sex. It ain't about none of that. I don't even think, I can't think about that at that moment. So I think that loyalty is more meaningful for me. Um, and I agree with Carrie. You know what I'm saying? It's you start to think about how would you want to be treated if it was you. You know what I'm saying? And so I treat people how I want to be treated. And so that's how I hold them down. So I don't know. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it just because she got big. Mm-mm. Let me get them rolls then. Skip it.
Wow.
How big we talking?
I don't know. I mean, it ain't
Nope,
big.
he said big period. That's what he said.
I'm saying, Emma, I'm gonna just grab your rolls and aggravate you, and we gonna be cracking up at the fact that them rolls is rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know. I can't abandon you when you need me the most. I can't do that. I can't see it.
I'm loving
Now
this
is that
perspective,
now
Anton.
sometimes I think people disguise abandonment issues as loyalty.
What you mean?
Abandonment
Huh?
issues.
What do you mean? I don't understand
There are a
what
lot
you
of people that have okay, so there are a lot of people, and it's a trauma, right? That have abandonment issues. You know, daddy wasn't there, mother, something, right, or whatever
Oh,
their
I see what
situation
you're
is,
saying. Oh
right?
yeah.
And so they won't leave something. For example, I remember hearing Tina Turner talk about, they were like, well, that man was beating you like badly. Why didn't you leave? She said, everybody in my family left me. I couldn't leave him. He
that's
needed me.
that's different. Physical
No, but
abuse
I'm
is
saying,
much
but a
different
lot of
than,
people took that as she was a
Perfect
loyal woman.
example.
She had abandonment issues.
You know.
I don't look at it from that. That you got to give a better example, Mika.
No, that's a
That's
perfect
a
example. I get what you
that's a very
mean.
good
I get what you
example.
mean.
It's not a good example that's applicable to the situation.
He's not
Like,
talking
I
about
don't,
something that's specifically applicable.
listen. I don't think that substituting abandonment for loyalty is
And
justification
Ray, that's why
over
you don't
using
know
an
what you're
example
talking
that
about.
says somebody was getting their ass beat. Now, that's much different.
That's not what she's saying.
The example, okay, Quentin, please help us to understand exactly.
She's saying it looks the same. Pretty much, she's just saying it looks the same.
It doesn't
Take
look
away
the
the example. She's saying it, abandonment issues can be masked as loyalty. That's it.
same.
Take away the example.
It doesn't look the same.
Okay.
Well, I don't know why you're trying to compare it. The point of the example was to show
You
you what
compared it.
abandonment
I
issues
didn't
look
compare it.
like. No, I was giving you an example of abandonment issue. I'm not trying to compare it to the situation. That's all.
I think that there are
I
people that are
understand,
just straight
Mika.
up 10 toes down loyal. And I don't think it has anything to do with abandonment.
Well, it doesn't, but sometimes it could, and it look the same. You could think I'm being loyal to you, but then I'm just having abandonment
Okay,
issues.
then
and
give
you
me
don't even
give me
know- you
another
don't even
example.
know it.
Give me another example that doesn't have anything to do with getting your ass beat.
My daddy left me. So I
No,
don't leave nobody. The first example she said, like, what you mean? Any situation that would lend you to have abandonment issues, you could take that to a relationship and it could look like loyalty, but when you're just really having some issues. I don't understand what you don't get about what she's saying.
no, no. Because usually what happens is it happens in the reverse of that. If somebody has that type of situation, they're less likely to stick around in a situation that resembles that. They run from that type of circumstance. That's why they have the abandonment issue. They don't run
No,
into
no,
it.
a lot
They
of
don't
them
stick
stay.
around because of it. They run away from it.
No, a lot of women will stay in situations because they want to feel like they're needed. If they have a man that is like no good, don't work, don't want to do anything. If they have abandonment issues, they will sit there and deal with it because they feel like they're
But
needed, like
again,
somebody needs them.
the argument is flawed because y'all keep describing situations where people are pieces of shit and they're doing something negative to somebody purposely. We're talking about being loyal to a person that is going through something, or you know what I'm saying, their life event is causing them to be in a certain way. For whatever reason, y'all not able to do it, y'all not able to relate it that way. And I think that loyalty versus abandonment is completely different circumstances that cause a person to stay. Right? If somebody is staying because they don't want to be by themselves, that's completely different than staying with somebody because you want to make sure that they're taken care of.
I don't know what took place.
What do you mean?
It went like somewhere else.
Context matters. Loyalty is not sticking around with somebody that's doing you dirty.
Right.
That's not what she said.
But
I
she's
understand
saying,
that, but you got to understand the full context. Loyalty is sticking around with somebody because they need you, right? So I'll give you an example. Let's say somebody did something negative to you, but then they wind up going through something. You are justified in being able to leave and not still being there, but they're going through something. And so you decide to stick it out with them and be there for them because they need you. Whereas if somebody is just beating your ass, but you sticking around with them, that's not loyalty. That may be more applicable to abandonment issues because you don't want to be by yourself. You can't have both. Loyalty and abandonment don't go side by side. It can look the same because the person is still staying, but it's not the same thing.
That's all she said is it looks the same. That's literally what she's been arguing. And you just said what she said.
Quentin, I think that you are the dumbest motherfucker right now.
You literally,
I think that you could quite possibly be the dumbest
you
motherfucker
literally
on
said
the
it looks
internet
the
right
same,
now.
and that's what she's been arguing is that it looks the same.
That's not what she argued. That's not what she argued.
All right, Mika, argue your point. I seen it on your face when he said it. Yeah, I seen the look of, did you just say what I just said on your face?